Welcome back to Numis Trade today. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American pocket change history, the 1958 Jefferson Nickel. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary coin. But hidden behind its metallic shine is a story of history, rarity, condition, and surprising value that has collectors searching through jars, drawers, and old family collections. In this video, we will explore the history, design, mint mark varieties, errors, grading importance, and the true value of the 1958 Jefferson 5-cent nickel. If you love coin collecting or you're just curious about whether that old nickel in your pocket could be worth serious money, stay with me until the end, because this one might surprise you. History of the Jefferson Nickel. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The new design featured President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse. The designer behind this iconic coin was Felix Schlag, whose design won a national competition held by the United States Mint. By 1958, the Jefferson nickel had already been in circulation for 2 decades. America was in the post-war era, and coins were being produced in large numbers to meet economic growth. Yet even in years of high production, certain coins stand out because of their condition, rarity, or mint errors. The 1958 nickel OVRVIEW. The 1958 Jefferson nickel was struck at 2 different mint facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins produced in Philadelphia carried no mint mark, while those struck in Denver featured a small D mint mark on the reverse, to the right of Monticello. While millions of these nickels were produced, not all are created equal. Most examples found today are worn from circulation. However, high-grade uncirculated specimens and specially preserved pieces can be dramatically more valuable. Design details that are on the obverse. You'll see a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson. The inscriptions include "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1958. On the reverse, Monticello is centered beautifully, with the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. Collectors closely examine the steps on Monticello. These small horizontal lines represent the steps leading to Jefferson's home. If the steps are fully visible and sharply defined, the coin may qualify as a full steps example. One of the most sought-after characteristics in Jefferson nickel collecting. Why condition is everything when it comes to coin value? Condition is king. A 1958 nickel that has circulated for decades will likely show wear on Jefferson's hair, cheek, and jawline. The steps on Monticello may appear weak or completely blended, but a coin preserved in mint state condition, especially one graded MS65 or higher, can be a completely different story. Professional grading services evaluate coins based on luster, strike, surface marks, and overall eye appeal. High-grade examples of the 1958 nickel, especially those with full steps designation, are rare. Many coins from this year were not struck with strong detail, which makes sharply struck pieces even more desirable. The rarity factor. Although the mintage numbers for the 1958 nickel were not extremely low, survival in pristine condition is a different matter. Over time, coins were spent, scratched, stored improperly, or damaged. Collectors searching for gem-quality examples often find that truly flawless specimens are hard to come by. This scarcity in top condition drives competition at auctions and increases market demand. Mint mark DIFFR Incius. The 1958 D nickel from Denver is particularly interesting. While Denver struck millions of nickels, not all were produced with sharp strikes. Collectors pay special attention to full steps examples from Denver because they are more difficult to find in high-grade Philadelphia issues, on the other hand, can also command strong prices if preserved well. In the coin collecting world, subtle differences between mint facilities can mean significant differences in value. Error coins and varieties. Another reason the 1958 Jefferson nickel attracts attention is the possibility of mint errors. Off-center strikes, doubled dies, and planchet errors can significantly increase value. Doubled die varieties, where lettering or design elements appear doubled, are especially popular among collectors. Even a small doubling visible under magnification can transform an ordinary coin into a valuable collectible. If you think you have a 1958 nickel with unusual features, it's always wise to have it examined by a professional grading service. Market demand. The Jefferson Nickel series is one of the most widely collected coin series in American numismatics. Because the coins are affordable in lower grades, many collectors attempt to build complete sets from 1938 onward. However, assembling a high-grade registry quality set is far more challenging. This creates demand for top-tier examples of each date, including 1958. When multiple collectors compete for a superb specimen at auction, prices can rise dramatically. Condition rarity combined with collector enthusiasm often determines the final hammer price. How to check your 1958 Nickel? If you want to evaluate your own coin, start by examining it under good lighting. Use a magnifying glass to inspect Jefferson's hair detail and the steps on Monticello. Look for signs of wear, scratches, or dull surfaces. A coin with bright original luster and minimal marks has greater potential value. If you believe your nickel is in exceptional condition, consider professional grading. Certification not only confirms authenticity but also establishes market value. Storage and preservation. Proper storage is essential. Coins should never be cleaned, as cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce value. Instead, store coins in protective holders, capsules, or certified slabs. Humidity, heat, and improper handling can all affect a coin's long-term condition. Serious collectors invest in safe storage solutions to protect their valuable pieces. Why collectors love this coin? The 1958 Jefferson Nickel represents more than just 5 cents. It represents history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery. Every coin tells a story of where it traveled, who handled it, and how it survived. For some collectors, the appeal lies in completing a date and mint set. For others, it's about finding the highest possible grade. And for a lucky few, it's about uncovering a rare gem worth far more than face value. Auction records and top values. Over the years, certain 1958 Jefferson nickels in superb condition have achieved impressive auction results. When graded at the highest levels and featuring full steps, these coins become elite collectibles. In the competitive world of numismatics, a top-quality 1958 nickel has reached an astonishing value of $48,248. That's right, a coin once worth only 5 cents has commanded a price that rivals luxury items and rare collectibles. Final THOUGHTS. The next time you see a Jefferson nickel dated 1958, don't dismiss it as pocket change. Take a closer look. Examine the details. Consider the condition. Because hidden within that small piece of metal could be history, and possibly a remarkable treasure. Coin collecting is a journey of patience, knowledge, and excitement. And sometimes, the most unexpected coins turn out to be the most rewarding. We are diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern coins in American pocket change history, the 1983 Jefferson Nickel from the United States of America. At first glance, it looks ordinary. But hidden behind its modest appearance is a story of history, design, rarity, and surprising value that collectors across the country continue to chase. If you love coin collecting, treasure hunting, or simply checking your spare change for hidden gems, then this is a video you absolutely do not want to miss. Stay with me as we explore the history, the design, the mint mark, the errors, the grading, and finally the incredible value of the 1983 Jefferson 5-cent nickel. History of the Jefferson Nickel. The Jefferson Nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The coin was designed by Felix Schlag, whose portrait of Thomas Jefferson still appears on the obverse today. For decades, this coin has represented American tradition, resilience, and everyday commerce. By 1983, the Jefferson nickel had already been in circulation for 45 years. While many people think older coins are always more valuable, that's not always true. Sometimes modern coins, especially those with specific mint marks or unique qualities, can surprise collectors with their worth. The 1983 production year. The year 1983 was an interesting time for U.S. coinage. The United States Mint was producing coins for everyday circulation, but something important was happening behind the scenes. The early 1980s were years of economic change, and the Mint adjusted production numbers accordingly. The Denver Mint produced millions of nickels in 1983. However, not all of them survived in perfect condition. Many entered circulation immediately, experiencing wear, scratches, and contact marks. That's where condition becomes everything. The meaning of the D mint mark in the 1983 Jefferson Nickel, you will find a small letter D to the right of Monticello on the reverse. This mint mark indicates the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint has been producing coins since 1906 and is known for its large output of circulating coinage. But even with high mintage numbers, certain coins from Denver become extremely valuable when found in exceptional condition. Design details that matter. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse, you see a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence. The word liberty appears to the right, followed by the date 1983. The motto "In God We Trust" sits along the left side. On the reverse, we see Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home. Above it is the word Monticello, and below it reads 5 cents in United States of America. What collectors look for are sharp details, strong steps on Monticello, clean lettering, and minimal contact marks. In high grades, the full steps designation becomes especially important. If the steps at the base of Monticello are fully visible and uninterrupted, the value can rise dramatically. Condition is everything. Here's where the real excitement begins. Most 1983D nickels you'll find in pocket change are heavily worn. These coins are typically worth face value, just 5 cents. But when you find one in uncirculated condition, especially in mint state grades like MS65, MS66, or higher, the story changes. Coins graded by professional grading services are evaluated based on luster, strike quality, surface preservation, and eye appeal. A coin with blazing mint luster and almost no marks can be worth many times its face value, and when a coin earns a high grade with full steps, collectors compete aggressively for it. Why high-grade examples are rare? Even though millions were produced, high-grade examples of the 1983D nickel are surprisingly difficult to find. Many coins from this era were not saved in rolls or preserved carefully. They were released directly into circulation and used extensively. Additionally, the early 1980s saw weaker strikes on some nickels, meaning strong full steps examples are much scarcer than mintage numbers might suggest. That combination, common date but rare in top condition, is what creates strong demand. Error coins and varieties. Another factor that can increase value is mint errors. Some 1983D nickels have been found with off-center strikes, die cracks, or strike-through errors. While not every error makes a coin valuable, dramatic and visually appealing errors can attract serious collector interest. Always examine your coins carefully under good lighting or magnification. Collectors love coins that tell a story, and error coins are like frozen moments of the minting process. How grading impacts value. Let's break it down simply. A circulated coin with heavy wear equals face value. A lightly circulated coin may be worth slightly more. An uncirculated coin with average surfaces may bring a small premium. But a superb gem example, graded MS67 or higher with full steps, can reach astonishing levels at auction. Auction records have shown that collectors are willing to pay significant premiums for top population coins. When only a handful of coins achieve the highest grades, competition drives prices upward. Storage and preservation. If you believe you have a high-quality 1983D Jefferson nickel, proper storage is critical. Use non-PVC coin holders or protective capsules. Avoid cleaning the coin, as cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce its value drastically. Remember, original surfaces are extremely important to collectors. A cleaned coin often loses most of its collectible premium. Market demand. The Jefferson Nickel series has a strong collector base. Many collectors aim to complete full date and mint mark sets, and others focus specifically on full steps examples. Because the series is affordable compared to gold or silver coins, it attracts both beginner and advanced collectors. That steady demand helps maintain interest in condition rarities like the 1983D nickel. How to check your coin. If you want to examine your coin, here's what to do. First, check the mint mark, confirm the D. Second, inspect the steps of Monticello carefully. Third, look for scratches, bag marks, and dull surfaces. Fourth, consider having the coin graded. If it appears flawless. Professional grading may cost money, so it's only worth submitting coins that truly appear exceptional. The excitement of modern coin hunting. One of the best parts of collecting coins like the 1983D Jefferson nickel is that they can still be found in circulation or old bankrolls. Unlike rare 19th century coins, you don't need to spend thousands of dollars up front. Sometimes treasure is hiding in plain sight. Every time you receive change, there's a tiny chance you could discover something special, and that's what makes coin collecting so addictive. A final thoughts. The 1983D Jefferson 5-cent nickel may look ordinary, but under the right conditions, it can become extraordinary. Its value depends heavily on condition, strike quality, and rarity in top grades.